So I guess if there was, in one sense, going to be a theme, it'd have to be portal. Um, as in like the movie Stargate, that's a portal, um, and so forth. So, and as a matter of fact, Star Trek with the light speed, the way the lights do that effect, that's a portal effect. Cowboy Bebop, the cartoon series, um, the gate in which they transport, that's a portal. Um, the cave mythology, portal. Um, the veil in the temples, whichever, doesn't matter, whatever. That's a portal. Oh, the initiation process, such as the degrees in masonry, um, or well, that's a portal. And then what else is it? There's another dynamic in religion. Oh, the whole notion of joining. We do like I did it. I did it a bunch of times because I had to do it off and on. Because it tears at you, tears you apart. What is that shit called? When you get saved or whatever that shit is. That's portal. Wonder what other portals. In one sense, no, that's a little extreme. Smoking's not really a portal. Oh, but hallucinogenics, those are portals too. So like mushroom, peyote, LSD, and by definition, technically sherm. No, just kidding. I don't think that counts. So portals, but it's also because portals are the way that we see. Portals are the way that we are conceived. Because through portals, such as even through the ovaries into the fallopian tubes, or the semen through the urethra, or the sperm in the penis into the vagina. That's portal. So, because of the sacredness of portal, this is where the significance of the fascist concept of the whirlwind, or vortex, or swastika, as it was implied to mean per the Nazis. Obviously having deeper, but not very different, roots in Aryan origination India. Because the Aryans, though they were not originally from the Indus region, because they invaded it at some point and were there for a long time, but ultimately left it. I think were repelled or got kicked out, traveled north, swooped down through Russia into Europe, and then you have what are the people that call themselves Aryans, and they were the axe people, axe warriors, and the inventors of the crib. So they are the direct. If there's a direct lineage, this is the direct lineage to essentially the fascio-romantic imperial social order that exists regardless of geographic location. Yeah, well, mostly based on geographic location, but it's not really anywhere because it's only where the people are. Does that make any sense? Because without the people there, it is not there. Henry David Thoreau kind of makes that point when he walks out into the forest. There are no politics. So empire is that same kind of thing. But so I don't know portal. But I'm just trying to stay with portal. Somehow it'll all work out. So I would like to read this not too long ago. Because Steve, but I was looking for another book. I wanted to grab a book on I have a book on European wars. Because I was going to do something about the U.S. Navy and one of the most famous ships being the Constitution, nicknamed Old Ironside. And I believe it was in my book with European wars from a certain period of time, not too long ago. The kind of I think the 1700s. Let me try to think of one of the wars. For some reason, it talked about the Turkish, the Ottoman Empire. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't know what period it was. So if I'm not mistaken, though, it did mention, or it might have been in another source, and a famous British commander of some military. Actually, maybe it's here in the board. No. Was it? I don't think it'd be in this. So, but in some way, shape, or form, I came across the idea that there's a very famous English commander that goes back to when it would be considered the height of the British Empire, who had the nickname Ironside. So I was going to do this big thing on the ironic notion, based on everything else I say, that the main vessel that the Navy celebrates under my guise, which is the British Royal Imperial Army, loyal to the Crown, their most historic boat, named after the heart of the Republic, which is the Constitution's nickname, was in celebration of a British Imperial commander. So, but let us get distracted. I can attack England in other ways. So I do, actually, that's probably my point too. This is just all out attack on England again. Let's get focused, people. We have to stay focused. You have to know thy enemy. So here's a poem I wrote. I kind of got this from watching the scene in the Lord of the Rings series, movies, where the big finger, it gets hacked off, and the finger falls really big, boom, and it turns to dust. And the ring's right there, and as the guy picks up the ring, it shrinks to his size. But prior to that, it's big. Or doesn't he put it on his head or some shit like that? I don't know, I forgot. But it made me realize the design of a crown is meant to be essentially like the ring on a finger for marriage, the band, a wedding band, representing the marriage to God, or the king being essentially. That's an interesting thing because the king is male. That's, again, bear with this here shit. So when God took off his ring and placed it upon your head, did he tell you, I'd convinced the world to wish you were dead? When he brought you, when he bought you as his bride to rule and reign upon his side, did he foretell my poems would celebrate the day after you died? Too bad there's nothing to steal, as you're not the possessor. You're a custodian to a straw man. Even alive, you're the lesser. One can't murder property. 'Tis that not just what you are? Your last line of defense is the oath of the bar. Even still, I, and it's funny, will extinguish your star. Maybe this is a symbol that we go together. Who knows? Life is poetry. So, I'm in that case. I got a feeling you go out with a bang, so I'm gonna do my best to go out with a bang. Because I doubt that the royal family, if so American people were to say, democratically speaking, we would like to close all the books. We'd actually like to sever all economic ties and military ties and